You too. Welcome back to Draw Ya CWS, where I get a lot off my chest. This video shows a good Samaritan. Now we know about the good Samaritan in Luke chapter 10, where Christ explains in a beautiful parable on how to love your neighbor. And we're going to see in this video that his brother showed not only great courage but also great compassion. And one thing about this world is that if you're not careful, this world can strip you of a way of your compassion. It can make you not want to love your fellow brother, your fellow sister. Um, there's a verse in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 18, where it says, "For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge increases in sorrow." So if you've been blessed by the Most High to have increased like comprehension and wisdom or understanding, then those around you, sometimes you may feel like you need to isolate yourself or build walls or not be as close to people. Maybe you've been disappointed by other people when you shared your faith, or maybe you've been rejected, or maybe been mistreated by ungrateful people. Those disappointing moments can make us want to not really care about other people anymore and just focus on ourselves. And sometimes that can limit the amount of compassion we have for our fellow brother and sister. So we have to be able to temper a lot of the knowledge that we gain, a lot of the wisdom that we have with compassion, and not let our personal experiences with disappointment stop us from showing love to our fellow brother and sister. Because that's how we really express ourselves. That's how we get to show our gifts to the world. And if we get so um, burned out by disappointment in this world, we can start to shut ourselves out. And that's going to be a bad thing for us in regards to expressing our gifts, because when we express our gifts, we show that we justify our existence on this world. There are a lot of people who don't know why they're here. They feel like they're lost. They don't really feel like they have a purpose. And the reason that they feel that way is because they're not given the ability, or they don't really believe in themselves to show off the God given gifts that the Most High bestowed on them. And sometimes that can happen because of lack of compassion. You don't really feel like it's necessary to do it anymore because you've been hurt. So we always have to overcome our hurt and our disappointment with love, because really, like the scripture say, love does conquer all things. So going to this video, we're going to see how this brother showed a massive amount of love and compassion.
He risked his own life to save a man in trouble.
That man being hailed as a hero for jumping onto the CTA tracks and risking electrocution.
Tia Ewing joins us now with what happened. Tia.
Well, Chicago police are telling us that this started with two men that didn't know one another. They got into a fight, and from there, CTA is telling us that both men hit the third rail, which causes electrocution. One man, he had nothing to do with it. He exited the train, and this is what he did next. Many people recorded on their phones, but only one man put his own life at risk to help. In the black hoodie is 20-year-old Anthony Perry, who is now being called a hero.
Wow, the brother is 20 years old, man. That's good bravery, man. He really risked his life. He could have been electrocuted, and he could have been just like that guy on the tracks, man. That's very good bravery, man. Props to that brother, man. The Most High really blessed this man, this young brother, with a lot of compassion and love.
When I got off the train, it was two gentlemen fighting, and then they both fell over.
Right onto the CTA tracks at 69th and the Red Line Sunday afternoon. Perry says he's helped people escape near death before.
One of the drivers, it caught on fire, and I remember all the smoke was coming out of the dryer or whatever, and then flames. And then the first thing I thought was to get a fire extinguisher. Help him, bro.
Wow. So that brother, he just has it in him. He has that DNA of just that bravery and compassion, man. That's good. And by the way, Perry, that also is that last name comes from the British islands, from Wales. So who knows? His brother might be a descendant of the so-called blacks that came from Ireland and Scotland.
The Amazon Fresh worker has no previous medical experience.
She was just talking me through on what to do. Um, I feel like that was an angel from God, like showing me like what to do in a situation. But I ended up doing chest compressions, CPR, and then turned him on his side.
CTA says, quote, any customer witnessing a person on the tracks should also notify CTA personnel immediately or call 911. They should never try to enter the right of way or try to remove the person themselves, as they risk electrocution. Despite that, Perry says he'd do it all over again.
I think in situations like that, I would think to hurry up and just help the person rather than waiting to see if the train is coming.
The offender suffered burns and was in serious condition at U of C. The victim, though, is in good condition. As of right now, Chicago police continue their investigation. At the live desk tonight, I'm Tia Ewing. Corey.
Wow. So that brother, man, he really risked his life to say that, man. And that's a gift, man. If you are blessed with compassion, blessed with love, and real empathy like that, man, you've been truly blessed by the Most High. So hopefully this video inspires others to show that level of compassion. If God forbid we're ever in that situation, I pray we don't get in that situation, but that's very inspiring to always keep your compassion, especially in this world right now where a lot of people are selfish and they really don't care about other people, man. It's good to see that people still have that type of love in their heart. All right, man. Peace.